Scream 6? Well, it's a Scream, baby. They did it. They somehow made a sequel to a requel in a franchise that is decades old without it being a cynical cash grab with eye-rolling cameos and a terrible plot that just goes nowhere. I'm looking at you, Halloween Kills and ends. I love every single Scream movie, and I was worried at the idea of a 6th movie coming so soon after 5, and with 5 I was worried, I was scared that they would absolutely butcher this, which they've done with many other things lately. 5 was a stunning piece of work, retreading the iconic original, poking fun at toxic fandom and their desire for what they want, and wanting to make their own movie. Scream 5 and now 6 honoured the past, went meta, and poked fun at the modern landscape of cash grab nostalgia, as Hollywood isn't bereft of ideas, it's just that nostalgia is bankable, and these big movies do cost a lot to make, so they're gonna pump out the wheel of nostalgia. Well, it says a lot I went to see this over original IP 65. That might be good, it might be bad, I don't know yet at the time of recording. Anyway, moving on. The movie retreads Scream 2, but with these new fancy requel rules, and they're now in a franchise. I love the core 4, and Mindy did a fantastic job as a new Randy, itself being a trope of new versions replacing legacy characters. Samantha and Tara's nightmare isn't over as the past does come back to haunt them, and I wondered how much mileage they would get out of this. Well, they got quite a lot. At least 10 stops on the subway. The fake out at the start was absolutely sublime, and the Scream Queen actress herself in that was just the icing on the cake. These movies subvert expectations, and that it did. Jenna Ortega here has far much more screen time as opposed to 5, where she was in a hospital bed for a bit of it. And, well, as expected, she's great. I mean, what did you expect? The dynamic between Sam and Tara works well here, and it feels like we have 2 Sydneys, which makes up for the Legends omittance. That makes 2 legacy sequels back to back, with Creed 3 also not having its franchise starter protagonist. Thankfully, both of them are on another level of quality, both being retreads of their respective number in the franchise. With Creed 3 being Rocky 3 and Scream 6, but, well, it's technically Scream 2 in this new franchise, is a retread of Scream 2. So technically I'm right, the best kind of correct. The kills in this are another level of gruesome, which, well, they turn my stomach at times. The gore is leveled up as well, such is the nature of a sequel, but it wasn't gratuitous stuff like you saw in the last of the Saw movies. The move to New York is interesting. I was confused how it would work, as it has mostly been in Woodsboro there and LA, allowing for the Ghostface killer, who at times feels immortal, to prey on their victims using the city as a weapon. The tension was off the charts in parts as it called back to major kills like Casey and Olivia, and even lampoons Randy's. And I said, hold on a minute, Mindy, you really get in a van? You know what happened to your uncle. It felt like Escape from New York mixed with The Warriors in the second half there, while 5 poked fun at internet fan culture, which hasn't seemed to have changed since Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back roasted it way back in 2001. My god, I feel old. We now have the movie sending up internet conspiracy culture and true crime fandom as well, which for me, hey, it's always felt icky, and I feel bad for the poor victims' families when you see people sitting there doing the makeup and discussing true crime stuff or doing a mukbang. It just turns my stomach there. But hey, if you like it, that's you. That's just my personal belief there. And the conspiracy theory stuff was just fantastic. It works and gives us a convincing reason why the public distrusts Sam and the rest of that core 4. I will admit the decisions of characters felt farcical at times, except the lack of police protection, which does make sense at the end. The twist and turns, the reveal is always the biggest part of a Scream movie, and while it's not some big grand plan, I was expecting like Stu coming back like Han in the Fast and the Furious franchise, or even Sam and Tara's mother, it worked oh so well and had me guessing every second of the moment, which it worked very, very well. But the only downside would be people surviving literal death, which Kirby did, as we saw her Easter egg there in 5. We thought she was dead, and that did take me out of it a bit, and at the heart there was some traditional slasher mistakes by the victims. But there's a bit of spoilers now, as I think with Scream 7 being made, I really expect that now, while Scream 3 was on the set of Stab, I think that what we're going to get is a reboot of Stab. They're going to make the story that Richie wanted to tell, the story ended, or the movie was finally complete here, and they're going to be making that movie within Scream 7. So we're going to get a reboot of a reboot in a reboot. It's meta, and I love it. And it works here. Scream somehow works at being a meta kind of black hole. But that is it for this video. Let me know what you think of the movie down below. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Do you think I'm an idiot for liking it? Do hit that like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe with notifications on, and I will see you soon, and goodbye.